Hey, what's going on YouTube? Indiana James here. I got some WoW news this week, so we're gonna get into it. More mushrooms in Nigged Hall, patch 12.0.7 hotfixes for June 22nd. So let's see. Fix an issue causing Drake null cap cloak to use an unintended appearance. That kind of sucks. Now you're gonna have to have the regular one. Um, Omnimfolio fiction issue with Rune of Void, tainted shells tooltip. Defying gravity should once again function with the layer of Predaxis restored. Adventure Sykes players can now pick up Lady Darkland's new quest for Tier 6 in Silvermoon Hub in addition to outside the ritual site. Um, Running Crusade Classic, fixed an issue that was causing Midsummer bonfires to deal more damage to players, and Siege of Morgrimmar cooldown trinket. Reduction trinkets will now correctly reevaluate their effects when starting a challenge mode dungeon. All right, let's see. This is for Mythics. I'm not really going to jump into this very much because I don't do Mythics. The drop off varied by region, of course. Total run performance comped. Um, Spire and Skyreach soft editions, so there's that. 89.36% of all keys were completed at key level 10 or higher. The issues with long-term motivation and progression that are currently coming into light might be addressed already in the next season. An earlier addition of the new raid boss and even more sources of gear from the Instance World Boss layer. Instance World Boss, I guess, is layer. Less reliance on M plus bonus rolls and a larger incentive for heroic raiding. Okay. Raid testing PTR this week. Venomous Abyss testing. So, blah, blah, blah. Thursday, you can test these guys: Nekzali, the Lost Explorers, and Entombed Sentinels. Followed by tomorrow is Heroic those. Sazoric, Vashnik, the Twin Fangs, and the Collided Altar. All right, cool. All right, here we go. First 12.0.7 raid populator and DPS rankings with Sporefall. Mythic, most played specs. Death Knight, Mage, Demon Hunter, Warlock, and Hunter Beast Mastery. Sporefall has considerably more players jumping into it in its first week. Unholy Death Knight, Ret Pally, Beastmaster Hunter. Overall, 95th percentile damage. So you got Marksmanship, Augmentation Evoker, Frost DK, and Survival Hunter. And Devour Demon Hunter, followed by Havoc Demon Hunter. Great for them. Good job, you guys. Followed by Windwalker. Last couple weeks ago, I thought Windwalker was like at the bottom almost. Destro Warlock's down. Demonology's down too. Affliction's way down. And then Beast Mastery's way down in the 95th percentile range. That kind of sucks. All right. Overall damage, all percentiles. So Death Knight, followed by Survival, followed by Marksmanship. Score of what? 65 to like 80. 85 or something. Cool. Okay. Sporeful damage. Survival, Devour, Affliction, Arcane, blah, 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 blah. Beast Mastery's down here. Fallen Assassin Rogue down there too. It kind of sucks. Where's Assassin Rogue in this? At the bottom again almost? Yeah. Feral Druid's just getting hammered this week. Like hammered by everything. There it is on the bottom again. There it is. Oh, it's not on the bottom there. It's Fury Warrior followed by Outlaw. Then it on the Crown of Cosmos. Bellaran again down at the frickin' bottom. 0 to like 95k or 107, 108k, almost 110. Kind of sucks, man. Farrell's just getting destroyed. Midnight Falls, they're just getting wiped out, man. They need to fix Farrell really bad and make it viable. You know, Beast Mastery Hunters up here for the damage. I'm not going to go over all these. All damage, all percentiles range. Poor Arcane Mage on the bottom on that one. That was for heroic stuff. But yeah, so they need to fix Feral, and they really do. All right. Two new warband campsites coming in patch 1.1. Silver Moon Light, Silver Moon Dark. All there is to it. Cool. Silver Moon Void, Silver Moon Regular. All right. Players will chase these seasonal mounts. That's ugly. Umbral Ashes, reward for finishing Season 1 Midnight with a top 1% rating. Um, the, the Breath of Blight is a reward for Keystone Master Season 2 Midnight. So it's a skeletal flying fish. The Breath of Ruin is the reward for Keystone Legend Season 2 Midnight, which is 3,000 plus M rating. Well, that one's 2. So red flying fish, skeletal fish. PvP mounts. Vicious Gladiator mount, which is listed. Vicious Gladiator Gorge Rake, which is this. Looks kind of lame. And then these. Motes of energy surround this mount, occasionally reflecting a ray of light across your vision. Those look dumb. All right, next. All right, so we got some nerfs to Ventus runes. Three. The best Ventus rune in season 2 is equivalent to 3% damage, down to 1.5%. So yeah, you're getting a little nerf on those Ventus runes and their crafting cost. All right, next is no short window for entering the Delve Hall of Fame. So in season 1, you had to be within the top 4,000 characters on your region. They don't have details about the fight, but it's more important to mention that the achievement requires you to solo as to wreck, and you get this. Ugly. I'm not even looking at that. All right. More mounts. Venom serpent mounts don't move like you'd expect. Like what their appearance might lead you to believe, they're all flying mounts. So these are flying serpents. You got the green one. By completing Glory of the Venomous, the best raider. Oh, I'm sorry. Caustic Venom Fang is obtained from the vaults. So this one's obtained from Rep, right? Oh no, challenge area. This one's obtained from the Crimson is obtained from the Glory of the Venomous Abyss Raider. Sea Dwelling currently has no source, but since it is a name and a model attached, we would expect it to be added at some point in the patch development. The blue-green one looks the best. In all actuality, these two you cannot get. That one looks the best. Bad luck protection added for the mount. So if you're going for the Sun Festival painted rock, your first chilled loot's good satchel, chilled loot. Double the drop chance, and each day the drop chance chance continues to increase until you get it. So run that every day, and you'll eventually get the mount. Rotmire Spore Hearts once again triggers from leeching healing during lower walking. Loco's portals will now allow transport. Recite Disguise, Orgrimmar, Reignite Disguise, and Orgrimmar and Stroman. Dailies unlocks are now count-wide. Fixed an issue that allowed constants of the goods to re-roll, and the painted rocks chance drop in the satchel has been doubled for the first drop every day. The drop rate for the first satchel will continue to increase each day until it's obtained. Fixing issue where some important effects and major defenses were not displaying on enemy nameplates in PvP. Empowered mulch would not give you herbs when you gathered. That sucks. They fixed it though. Weekly offerings of Lady Leandrin should once again offer 4 choices. Adjustment made to the until it's done world quest. So getting back to this real quick, this mushrooms, they're putting more bouncy mushrooms have been added. Don't know if I said that. More bouncy mushrooms have been added to some hard to reach locations. The spore buoy slow fall effect now works on mounted players. Cool, except you need to just add flying to that zone so people like myself would actually find a reason to go there. All right, more mounts. These data mine mounts, 3-headed serpents. It's one of the new rewards from. This is the renowned one. It drops a chance to drop from the final boss and the upcoming Altar of Fangs, which is the albino-looking one. The Venomous Color is a word from the Assault of Vault meta achievements. And these are data mine you can't get, and the yellow one looks the best. Whoa. This patch is launching a lot of cool ground mounts usable and contents for like the new vaults for Eltwick. Has me a little worried there. And I will get into that after the news. Crest counts for upgrades no longer scale. This was on the forums. It was a bug. They do not want gear to scale to upgrade scale. When you upgrade it scales. It's just flat. All right. Introducing Dummy Dome test area in the 12.0 12.1 PTR. If you're interested in Dummy Dome, it's a new area for you to test out your class's changes. Their current meta expansion currency tab streamlined. So they've streamlined it a little bit better. Only applied to the currency and midnight expansion tab. And last but not least, and I told you guys this was coming, boom, Ethrin racial experience nerfs and class tuning. All right, take part and play with the Blues Friday Challenge in the vaults of Alu Utek activities. Introducing layers, heroic layer difficulties now available for testing. I don't remember what that. Oh, that's that outworld layer thing with the okay, big boss thing. New raid, the Venomous Abyss, new dungeon, Altar of the Fangs, Prey, season 2 is available. Housing has been enabled. Blueprints and the new endeavors. So we're getting new endeavors are available for testing. Lumber nodes are now on the collided coil dial. Earthrin. They're revisiting the amount of XP gained when exploring zones. This will particularly impact the leveling speed of Earthrin characters, who receive significantly more exploration experience via their wide-eyed wonder racial ability. Which is sad because they're decreasing the amount of experience by 60%. But I told you guys this was happening, and I will get into that. All right, so here's the class changes. This is on 12.1, right? Yeah. All right. Frost DK is increasing strength of several rotational abilities that were underperforming in the overall breakdown. They're improving Frost Death Knight's consistent damage outside of cooldown windows, obliteration gameplay and tuning during Pillar of Frost remains strong. Cool. All right, so they did that. They changed some of the hero talent stuff. I don't play DK or Death Knight right now, so yeah. Unholy, we're addressing difficulty that Dread Plague creates for the Unholy Death Knights when switching primary targets. All right, Demon Hunter. Trail of Ruin has been applied immediately damage instead of a DOT. Serrated Glaive has been updated. I mean, I'm not going to go into all these stuff that I don't play. Wow. Wow. I'm so aggravated because they really screwed over Feral Druids. You guys have seen they're just at the low of the low when it comes to damage, and they're not even getting a buff at all. This is stupid. Guardian gets a buff. you know, Wild Guardian has been updated. Bonus Rage moved from rank 1 to 3. Base chance adjusted to 10. Spirit Rage regeneration increased to 8, and rank 3 grants 1 generated spirit and increased thrash of, and mangle damage while. I'm just so. Ugh. Panique healing increased by 25. Defy Fate healing increased by 25, and Molten Blood increased healing by 25. That's cool. Monk Windwalker expel harm healing increased by 25. Oh wow. Talent Sanctuary healing by 25. Ret Paladins uh granting free cast of Templar's Verdict off after consuming divine purpose impacted the holy power economy more than we'd like. Consuming divine purpose with divine storm causes your next two Templar verdicts to unleash divine arbiter at this target, dealing holy damage and holy damage to enemies within 80 yards. Shaman. Reactive ward healing increased by 25%. Elemental. Stormkeeper's updated no longer causes lightning bolt to generate an additional elemental overload. Enhancement. We're happy with enhancement Shaman's gameplay going into Curse of Ulatek. Our goal with these changes is to preserve that gameplay while improving performance outside the cooldown windows where damage can feel weak. So they did a little bit more than that. Warlock. Drain life health drain increased by 25. Serum's resilience increased by 25. Arms warrior. Ignore pain absorb 25. Wow. Okay. That's it. So, wow. So they're just letting Druid just fall off a cliff. Nice. Fixing issue where upgrading gear had scaling. I've already talked about that. Ranged weapons, bows, crossbows, and guns can now use a variety of illusions in transmog. Let's see. Racial ability cooldowns and duration cannot be tracked. All right. Loss of control display can now be moved. The auto looting setting is now account wide. Cool. So if you have it on one character, that should have been a while ago. All right. So we're going to get into a couple of things here that I said we're going to get into. Let me find it again. Oh, Ethrin thing. Where is that Ethrin thing? Where is the damn thing? No. There it is. All right, Earthrin. I level up a character from 10 to 90 in 3 hours. I think Earthrin are an interesting race. I think that they have a very good, like, customizer. But even I knew that they were going to literally blow that up. I knew they were going to blow it up. I really did. Um, and if you're surprised, don't be, because what was happening is people were doing it this way, and instead of buying a boost, people were using Earthrin, of course, to level up the classes that they didn't have. Earthrin can't be all the classes, and they were leveling them up to 80, or sorry, 90, and then they were just faction or race swapping, basically, which costs less than a boost. And so, of course, Blizzard's going to slow that down. I mean, that's It's smart. Okay. The next thing is the bouncy mushrooms. I'm not going to the new zones. I highly suggest nobody goes to the new zones. And yep, we're getting into it. Flying. Blizzard said in in WAD that they want to completely remove flying. They tried. It it was met with utter backlash from the people in 2015 because I was there. Um, and they went and backtracked. I think they said it's in May. In May, they said they want to remove from flying completely. And June 11th, they said, "Sorry, it'll be back. We're adding Pathfinder." And they added Pathfinder way too late in that expansion. And Pathfinder in every single expansion after that is just garbage. It was garbage then, it's garbage now. Um, Nobody liked Pathfinder. Nobody, Blizzard. Nobody likes it. They don't want that. And I don't want it. I won't go to a zone without flying. I won't. I leveled from 80 to 90 on my hunter by mining and flying around. That's it. I didn't do quests. I didn't fight monsters except the elements that pop out of mining nodes. I didn't fish. I didn't farm. I didn't go and work on reputations. I did nothing but mine. 4 days mining and flying. So when they say, oh, we added more bouncy mushrooms, y'all should just add frickin' flying to these zones because until you do, I'm not going. And I highly suggest and highly recommend that nobody goes to any zones that don't have flying. Because remember, everybody, this is a long-term goal of Blizzard's is to remove flying from the game. We'll get into that in my next video. So I want to move on to my other point. I'm sad about the Ethrin thing. I mean, I understand why they did it though. And yeah, we're gonna go into leveling and flying here in my next video. So stay tuned. I will make it. I will post all these in the description of this video. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys, what else, weather news or whatever you want to hear. In my next video, it's going to be more. It's going to be about flying and leveling and such. And well, I hope you guys watch that one. That one's important. All right, thanks, guys. Like and subscribe, and I will be here next time.